Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the bonus episode of Career Mode. Now, one of the things I did say last episode was that, if it got 2,000 likes, I'm more than happy to upload a second episode of Career Mode, and that just got completely blown out the water. So a huge thanks for that, guys. That is really incredible. I honestly, I didn't really expect it to hit 2,000 today, but again, you guys just proved me otherwise. But I did say last episode that I really wanted to show you guys a squad report. So it turns out I actually did check out the squad report a little earlier than I thought I previously did. But as you guys can see, Julius Caesar, he is age 34, and I am on the lookout for some a new keeper this coming transfer window. Both of my center backs have got great growth on them. They're looking really good. Also, the left back, who I'm hoping becomes a lot better, he's growing pretty well as well. But the main thing is, all their values are going up. As you guys can see, there's a lot of green stats going around, and that's all great to see. Diakite there as well, Ramirez, he's age 26 and he's still improving, which is fantastic, as well as Marwan Fellaini. He's going up +2 to 83 overall. Merkel, one of my young prospects who I hope becomes even better than he is now, is doing well, and look at that, 94 acceleration, 97 sprint speed, 96 dribbling, 89 ball control. Like, what is this man smoking? I promise you guys, I have not used performance-enhancing drugs on him. But you also have El Shaarawy there. He's doing good. Matux as well. Raheem Sterling doing good. I do have a question for you guys, and if you guys could vote on my Facebook poll, I've got a question. Should I loan Sterling out this coming transfer window, or should I keep him in the side? You guys let me know. There's one of the free agents I picked up back in the summer transfer window. He's still there. I'm looking to loan a couple of the free transfer window, the free agents out a little bit more. Pogba, he's doing quite well as well. Sorry I skipped through this quite fast, but we could be here forever taking a look at them. And as you guys can see, Joey Barton and those guys at the end there were all on loan. And according to one of the comments in my episode that I literally just uploaded, someone said in your third season they should come back. But take a look at this. How about this for some news? So as we all know, I had a financial takeover back at the beginning of when I took over this team. And now it looks as though West Brom are having a very similar case. New owners, as of late, a Middle Eastern family, by the looks of things, have taken over the club, and that is really interesting. It'll be fantastic to see if they manage to bring in any huge name players, and just to see what they do with the club. So that's really exciting. I can't wait to see what goes down over there, and it'll be great if they actually pump in a lot of money to the club. But as you guys can see, I went out with a pretty strong team. Pogba, I'm pretty sure, is still a little bit injured. If not, then I just didn't want to risk him for the game. But Pogba seems to be getting injured quite frequently. I've even been keeping tabs on his fitness to make sure he doesn't, I'm not playing him when he's really low on fitness, because that is usually the main reason as to why players get injured. It's usually just a case of playing them one too many games. But a beautifully lofted ball through my defense, and then this ball just trickles into the back of the net. And I was a little bit disappointed with that, but Julius Caesar was a bit slow off his mark, and I suppose I was being a bit ambitious by asking him to come all that way out, and Rhodes there managing to pick up the goal for himself. But another question or comment that I received a few times in my most recent episodes is, Cal, I think you need to up your difficulty. And to those of you who don't know, I'm currently playing on World Class, and I have to kind of, I don't want to say argue, but I've got the other side to the story of why I don't want to say refuse, but why I don't want to do this yet, why I don't want to up the difficulty is, one, because I expect my team to be doing really well. There was £55 million pumped into the club in the January transfer window, I believe it was. Yeah, it was the first season I took over. It was in the January transfer window. The club had 55 million pumped into it, and with 55 million, you'd really expect to improve this team. Now, one of the things that I went for in this team was youth, and of course, when you go with youth players, you expect them to develop really well over the coming season. So when I first purchased these players, they didn't make that big of a difference. We were still winning games, but we were also losing them quite a bit. And as you guys saw recently, I still do lose with this team. I lost against Newcastle, which is a game I really feel I shouldn't have lost, but I did lose to them. And it's things like that. When the team I have now, I expect them to be winning a lot of games. It's a team full of a lot of potential, and it's a team that I want to get Champions League football with. So like I said, with £55 million pumped into the team, I honestly expect, I really spent a lot of time improving the team and making it an all-round better squad. So, yes, it is, in quote-unquote, unrealistic, but of course, that's what career mode is. You don't want it to, you create your own career. You're doing your own thing. I mean, you could follow exactly what happens in real life, and QPR wouldn't be winning a lot of games, and no disrespect to QPR, but that's the current situation they're in. I could be winning a lot of those, but they also didn't have a £55 million bumped into them just recently. So, with that being said, they didn't sign the players that I've signed, and there's no doubt about it. They're a wealthy club, but the budget they gave me right at the beginning, I believe, was 8 million, and instead, with that sort of money, they pumped that up to 55 million, and big things are going to happen with the club. And my job essentially was to spend that 55 million in a smart way, and my way of doing it was buying young players who were hopefully going to develop into great players. And at the moment, they're just going through that stage, as you guys saw in the squad report, where they're just getting better over time. As you guys can see, Muriel is now at 85. When he first arrived, I believe he was an 78, which was just crazy stuff. You've got Raheem Sterling, who came in as a 69, I believe. Haha, lol at 69. I believe now he's a 72, if you guys want to go back and check. But yeah, so that's the reason why I feel as though a world class is an okay difficulty. One of the things you guys saw there was I simmed a European match, and that's one of the things I actually just said in the last episode that I probably wouldn't do. And the reason why I did do it there was because Shamrock Rovers have lost their 3 last games, and they just weren't a good squad, and I honestly knew that I was going to win whether I played the game or whether I simmed it. So I was confident in doing that. So I apologize to anyone who isn't a big fan of simming, but it was just one of those games where I was really comfortable with I was going to win. So I hope you guys can appreciate that. And you guys know I don't tend to sim a lot of games in my series because I do enjoy giving you guys gameplay and goals to watch. But how about that from El Shaarawy? That was a really nice little move there, a cut inside from Merkel, and that is a beautiful goal. That was a really nice goal. All started from El Shaarawy and a bit of trickery, which was just fantastic. And that was a really nice goal. I was really happy when I scored that, and just to show it to you guys in general. But Mbaye, my left back, how about that for a goal? You don't expect left backs to be able to pull off shots like that, but it is FIFA 13, and Arsenal do manage to get one back in the 57th minute through their hitman Podolski. Podolski in this game is actually very good. He's got a lethal left foot on him, and he's just a very good player in general. Again, Mbaye tends to make those darting runs, but Merkel just seems to have his shooting boots on right now. Like, really. He is scoring lots of goals for the team, and it's fantastic to see him get on the score sheet a lot now. And I was up 3-1, and thank God I got that extra goal, because imagine conceding that and ended up drawing. So I was really chuffed that Merkel managed to get me that 2-goal lead, because it ended up being very crucial as Arsenal scored in the 90th minute. But Merkel with man of the match and 2 of the goals, very well deserved, and props to him. Anton Ferdinand, he wants to play in the next game. He really does want to do well, and I decided, it's important that I keep my players happy, so I decided to do that exactly and have Anton Ferdinand in the squad for the next game. And the next game was against the team that I personally support, Liverpool, and it was always going to be a tough game. Last season they were a very strong side. This season they are very much struggling. I believe they're a mid-table team at the moment, which I'm sure I'm expecting a lot of comments like, well, that's realistic. But they are a mid-table side this season, and I do expect to beat them, because at the moment my team is very much an informed team, and they're going through some rough patches at the moment. So with that being said, I was pretty confident going into this game. They weren't playing too well, but I also had the fact that they were really strong last season in the back of my mind, and knowing that if they wanted to, they could probably inflict a lot of damage to the team and end up me dropping 3 points. But fortunately for me, Muriel is just far too good. You guys saw some of the stats when we went through the squad report, and look at him go. Just look at him go. He is a complete animal. Those stats I showed you, I have never seen a player with those sort of stats. But that's what's so awesome about career mode, is that, players are constantly changing and moving. But 2 goals from Muriel, 1 from El Shaarawy. And it seems that my 2 strikers are doing well. Merkel is doing well. Ramirez is doing well. One person who I feel as though I could help out a little bit more and get him a bit more game time is, in fact, Matux. But he seems to play in some of the less important games at the moment. But I hope you guys have all enjoyed this episode. A like for this bonus episode would be absolutely epic. I really appreciate it. Also, a starting from scratch episode should be up late tonight, so keep an eye on that. But transfer window next episode, I know you guys want it, and I can't wait to show it to you guys. Have a cracking day. Bye.